Hi, I'm Eric Dewey from the Socially Awkward Studios, Science and Beer, and Her Majesty's Secret Podcast, and you're listening to another proud presentation of the Four-Eyed Radio Network. Check out more shows at foureyedradio.com.
It's your good pal Steve-O from the 4-Eye Radio Network. I'm here to talk to you about a wonderful designer we all know, Revenge Lover. Illustrates and designs that fit your personality. For samples and inquiries, please visit revengelover.com. And just do yourself a favor and tell him Steve-O sent you. I know it really doesn't count for anything, but I mean, come on. Who are you gonna trust? You gonna trust somebody else? No, you're gonna trust me, Steve-O. Because, face it, I'm awesome.
Hello.
Oh, what a night.
Frankie Valli, dude. That just happened. That was, you know what? It's episode 63, people.
We're taking it back to 63.
You know? And it's exactly what we're trying to do with you guys there. Hopefully you guys took that ride with us. That was late December.
1963. What a very special time for me.
What a lady.
You have any, I'm sure you don't reminisce back to 63 because you were not alive.
No,
you ever think back on a lady? What a night.
Yeah, I don't remember the. Sometimes
Reba McEntire comes to mind.
Well, you are a large supporter of Reba McEntire, yeah, but I don't know. Sometimes you think back on some good summers.
Certainly
from your youth.
A strong summer.
A
couple months there.
Yeah, I don't know. I think back on, I don't know if I think back on a December of 63 per se.
Maybe
do you remember a month of your life where things were really...
December of 93.
Were really swinging?
2003.
When you had a crush on Amy Grant?
Amy Grant, I
1993?
did. I didn't know you were going to bring up Amy Grant.
I know.
I did. I had a big crush on her and a big crush on Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
Nothing alone on that one either.
Amy Grant, you might be solo on.
Well, I'd like to.
You and Chris Isaac had
I'd like to go solo on her.
Yeah, she had a nice voice.
But I think Vince Gill might get in the way.
Wow, is that who ended up with her?
It's a pretty good Amy Grant reference right there. Anybody out there who got that one, 5 points toward Amy Grant heaven. And I'm sure Amy Grant is going to heaven.
You're screaming. So we look at, sometimes we try to break down the number of episode we're on, 63. Sometimes we catch it up with some sports. Other than Sam LeCure, really not a lot going on.
Mm-mm.
So we figured it'd be a nice idea to maybe just break down the year 1963.
It's an important year.
Well, I just think it's interesting. The late December back in 63, Frankie Valli, you think he was just getting it in with somebody?
Well, he wrote that in, I think they came out in 75.
You know what's crazy about that song to me? That song has a feel of an 80s or 90s song to me, I swear. I had never even
I think they did do either
that.
a re-release or somebody else covered it or something. Maybe you heard that.
Yeah.
But that's the OG. That's the original right there.
That song...
and that's pure pop. That's a hit.
Stands the test of time, yeah.
Absolutely.
That song feels like something that was written in the last 25 years.
Great lyrics, too. Simple stuff.
Written in 75.
What a night.
Oh, what
you know, I didn't even know her name. But I was never going to be the same.
Yeah.
Lovely lady.
Oh, what a night!
They had some hits. Hit catalog there. Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons.
They made movies and a whole Broadway play about it.
Won a Tony.
Yeah, not in that order.
Won a Tony, made the Broadway play, then won a Tony, then Clint Eastwood directed the movie.
I think the tenor's name was actually Tony also.
Isn't Tony?
Tony. Frankie and Tony and Tony. Who's
Jimmy
the baritone?
and Bobby.
Baritone was Tony.
Baritone was Bobby. Tenor was Timmy. Frankie falsetto.
But 1963, that's a while back.
Important stuff. And we were just watching, before the cast here, we were watching a thing on John Fitzgerald Kennedy, JFK.
Shot dead in 1963.
Yeah, November 63.
They don't sing a lot of songs about that.
No, they don't. Well, they do, but not in that upbeat tone that the Four Seasons bring to a What a Night.
Who sings a song about that?
I'm pretty sure we could find one.
Billy Joel.
Referenced it, something like that. Yeah, JFK, Blown Away. What else do I have to say?
November 63 was a tough one.
Mm-hmm. That's a tough weekend. We were breaking down that weekend, talking about,
Well, I always think that the Kennedy assassination is captivating because the majority of the population of the United States agrees that we don't know everything about that day.
Most people are like, no, that doesn't shake out right.
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
So you tell me one guy did it from...
One guy, it was an individual incident that killed Kennedy, and then also it was just one-off incident that had Jeff Ruby kill that dude. Oh, those aren't connected?
No, let's not ask any questions.
So, that stuff is always captivating to me. You're a big JFK guy. You're not a big conspiracy guy like me, though.
I am. I think you might be on a different level. I will say that when it comes to conspiracies.
How so?
I think you would be at a deeper conspiracy level.
Yeah.
I think that. Yeah, I think
I question things.
I'm questioning it. I just don't. I don't want to put as much time into it as you would like to, I think.
Because we can't do anything about it.
Yes, I think that. I think
the people that run the world already run the world.
See, we've had this. Huh? I've been on many a patios with you.
Because the people who control
these
things,
turn.
They already got the control.
And I agree. I agree with you in some aspects.
Kennedy wanted to end the Federal Reserve Bank. John.
Right. There's a bunch of stuff that was going on back then that could be the reason that he's dead. Dead.
Bobby Kennedy had a pretty good run at office.
Yeah.
Dead man.
Dead man.
Teddy Kennedy, he couldn't run. He killed
a young woman. Yeah. Didn't kill her, but let her die.
Dead, yeah. He should have been a dead man. He escaped to let the woman die.
Right. And then ran to his buddy's house and.
So he was never a threat to run for president.
Right. I just don't. I agree. There's some questions to be asked. I would lose my mind, I think, if I tried to answer all of them. What I'm saying is I think you've lost your mind.
You know what? If you think about it long enough, you realize how wrong we all are and how we've been lied to, and you do start to lose your mind.
A little bit.
Therefore, you just get back into the system, you plug back into the Matrix, and you take that fucking pill, and you just keep on rolling. Have we gotten too deep? It's only 7 minutes.
It's only 7 minutes in. Sorry about that, boys and girls.
1963, however, interesting year. I think it's interesting to think about that year also in the fact that our father was 20 years old in that year.
Can you imagine? At 20 years old, we had cell phones, color television. I think they had color TV back then.
1963? I've seen Mad Men. It was still black and white, I believe.
Black and white. It was about to change, though. I mean, the if it had changed, they'd just gotten color television, which would be crazy. Oh, yeah, man. Cowboys and Indians. He was living out in L.A. Our mother was back in Long Island, 16-year-old girl.
Mother was 16.
Mm-hmm.
She was entering her junior year of high school.
Not as exciting. Love you, Ma.
No, there's really not. I mean, you kind of,
yeah.
You're just worried about,
worried about, is this outfit right? Actually, it doesn't really matter. We're all wearing the same outfit. Yeah. It's a Catholic school.
But Jim, our dad was 20 years old. He was in northern Arizona, I think. Still.
NAU, yeah.
NAU in Flagstaff, Arizona as a 20-year-old man. I remember him always telling us about how he was in he'll never forget where he was when he was in a dorm
JFK,
room.
That's right.
No, when the Beatles were played on Ed Sullivan for the first time.
He's got a pretty incredible JFK story, too. Go ahead, though.
Where was he at JFK?
He was by himself in not in the common area, but like in the dorms. They just had one TV in this area. He was sitting there by himself, and boom, the news flash came on. And JFK's been shot in Dallas. We'll have more when we come back. And he's the only guy there. And he's like, "Are you kidding me right now? Like, he's pinching himself. Like, did that seriously just happen? Because I mean, it's crazy." So he runs into the cafeteria, tells his buddies, like, JFK president's been shot. No one believes him.
Yeah, it's like that's hilarious.
And he said it went on for a couple minutes at least, where people are like, Turner, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? That's not even funny. Then all of a sudden, of course, they found out that it was real, but that would happen to him. That he'd be the only person there to see the newsflash. Walter Cronkite's like, president's been shot in Dallas. We'll be back with more.
Oh yeah, it is. That would be super intense, and also the most beloved president ever getting shot. It's a tough look.
Really
People
is.
are like, that's hilarious, Jim. I'm late for English.
Good stuff, dude.
Yeah.
You're really, really are an asshole, man. Joking about the president getting shot.
It is November, and you know midterms are going on, and you're coming to me with this.
Actually, I'm trying to get home for, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, somebody's late for Thanksgiving dinner at that point. And then, but yeah, the Beatles were really coming to their own. That's what I think of when he would tell that story of just seeing the Beatles on Ed Sullivan show for the first time. And it's just fucking, I mean, imagine getting your mind blown.
Yeah.
Just being like, what the fuck was that?
That would be crazy.
You think Frankie Valli got a hit fucking the Beatles? Holy
Valley,
shit.
I'm telling you, it's all about timing. Valley had hits. But
Well,
the Beatles
Valley was
were
in the
coming out at the
70s,
same time. No,
actually.
Valley came out in 63.
60s, yeah.
Same run. But the Beatles
Jersey.
were just up here, dude.
Yeah.
Different stratosphere. It's like Andre Agassi and Pete Sampras. You kidding me? He doesn't have the hardware to prove it, but Andre Agassi is a hell of a tennis player.
Well, yeah, but Pete Sampras was the better tennis player.
He was.
What
'cause
are you saying?
I'm saying that had Pete Sampras not been there, or Pete Sampras is the better tennis player.
Who's Michael
But had
Chang?
there been in Michael Chang,
The
is,
Monkees?
Michael Chang, no, Michael Chang had some original talent. Michael Chang is like the Guess Who. You know what I'm saying?
The Guess Who. Yeah, I do kind of know what you're
Jim
saying.
Connors is amazing, no matter what. With a name like that, Jimmy Connors.
But Pete Sampras, I thought Pete Sampras was much better than Andre Agassi to me.
Well, they met a lot in the
And one
in
dominated
quarterfinals.
the other.
Yes, he did, but he was he was right there on the precipice.
Yeah.
Couldn't beat him though.
It's like, well, Andy Roddick never got there.
He got there, but he beat a sick Roger Federer. He was
Well,
sick as a dog when he beat him.
Yeah, but that'd be like if maybe you could compare Andy Murray would be the Andre Agassi now. Because he always gets
maybe
well
for a while it was Nadal couldn't beat Federer. Now it's all. I'm not sure.
We're getting deep on tennis
We're
references.
going doubles on it here.
Who's
Sorry about that, guys. I'm sorry.
Who's Eisner?
Eisner's too tall to talk, man.
But yeah, 63. That's
63.
all
To bring it to sports, we were talking about Michael Jordan scored 63 points in a playoff game.
Yeah, that was 1986. But yeah, 63 is the number there. Yeah, that, he scored. He dropped 63 in 1986 on the Celtics.
5 years.
In Game
When did he
2.
win his first championship? 90 or 91?
He won it in he won
believe
90,
it's
91,
91.
92. 93, 94 was Hakeem.
I think you're. I think.
So, yeah,
I think it's
90,
91.
91,
I think it's
92.
91, 92, and 1993. Because he came back
you're
96.
Right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Because 1990 was the Pistons,
Right.
or something like that.
Bad boys, dude. Kidding me? They were great. Great 30 for 30.
Yeah, but in '86 he dropped 63 in a losing effort to the Celtics.
A lot like I feel like LeBron did that a few times.
He dropped like
He didn't
50.
drop 63, but didn't he drop like 52 against the Celtics in a losing effort?
I know he beat the Pistons. No, I think I don't know if there is any iconic. I know that LeBron carried the entire team to the victory against the Pistons.
28 straight points, yeah. But that was a win.
Yeah, that's what is interesting about Michael Jordan was he dropped 63 in a loss. They ended up losing that series also. He didn't end up getting over the hump of as far as getting past the Celtics or the Pistons until 1991. I just think it's interesting to think about it in the perspective of now. If there was a player that was doing that and was dropping like 60-something points in a losing effort, he'd be like a ball hog and we'd all hate him. But he was the most popular player in the world, and it catapulted him to a level of fame that was unseen in sports.
Well, they kind of did that with Bron when he would do stuff like that.
Now, but most people hate LeBron James.
Yeah. I'm
That's
sure
what
that I think
dude,
in
people hate
86,
Kobe
they might have
Bryant.
hated Michael Jordan.
People hate Kobe Bryant. People disliked. They talk shit about Allen Iverson.
Oh, sure.
Meanwhile, he carried a whole team by himself to that. If they would have won that series, they didn't. Obviously, they lost in 5 games.
It would have been him.
Allen Iverson that would have been the greatest individual performance in the history of sports.
But they didn't.
But they didn't. Right. And people talk shit about it. Meanwhile, that was fucking crazy that they even got that far.
I don't talk shit about it. Do you know people talk shit about it?
People didn't like Allen Iverson.
I mean, I don't know they didn't like him for that reason, that he didn't do it there. I think it was other things with
That's
Allen. And Michael and Allen didn't lead exactly the same life. Allen was this brash, fuck you.
Well, Allen was in a different era of media.
Exactly. And plus, I mean, Allen did not give a shit about...
If Michael Jordan had the media up his ass like the players did in that era, then he would have probably been viewed upon as an asshole,
he was doing some of the same stuff. He had a kid out of wedlock, I believe.
He's a womanizer.
And he's in Chicago. And these guys in Chicago, these beat writers, they don't want to screw up the... Michael was a very... You know, if you cross him one time, he's not going to talk to you anymore. So they're not going to step on Michael's shoes. They're going to sweep that under the rug, make sure everything's good with Mike, because they realize they're standing in front of greatness.
Yeah.
And Michael knew it too.
I mean, that is true. The media now does not love the athlete. The media, if anything, doesn't give a shit.
They're looking to pull the rug out from anything. Give them a little bit.
I do think that's interesting. I always think back on that, how a lot of people are perceived differently because of the era in which that they thrived. Michael Jordan thrived in the right era.
Absolutely.
And nobody will ever be Michael Jordan now because there will never be an era like that again.
Right.
Where people love their stars that much, because we'll bring you the fuck down.
Oh, yeah.
Michael Jordan has never been brought down to earth.
Not really.
He's floating high.
There's always rumors, the gambling stuff, but no one really cares.
Nobody gives a shit. Yeah, we're all like, I don't care, dude.
It's Michael.
He's won 6 championships, never lost one. He's the closest thing to perfection you can find. Guy's amazing.
Yeah.
Remember his fadeaway in 94, 90, or what is it, 96 that he perfected?
He was incredible. I remember I was 9 when he left and being like, why is he leaving? Like, you can't understand. You're 9 years old and you're like, why would he? He's going to go play baseball? What are you talking about? And then when you find out he's coming back and then you don't really realize how old 32 is, you're like, 32 is so old. You're 9 years old and you're like, how's he going to come back and do this again?
3 straight.
And then it was 3 in a row.
But then the other thing, too, we always shine him as the crown achievement of what they could have done. Even without him, actually, Scottie Pippen almost did bring them all the way back to a championship, too. He never really gets that credit.
And he never
will.
That
team was still really good without Michael Jordan.
But they needed something.
Right. If you add Jordan to it, obviously you're going to be that much better. But Jordan won with, he won with Rodman and Scottie Pippen. That's crazy talent. Because if LeBron would have won this year again,
and Luke Longley, they won 72 games in a year.
Luke Longley can go without, But
Tony
Kukoc was important.
Ron Harper,
Luke Longley. I don't know if he was as important.
He was definitely as important. Tony Kukoc.
Tony Kukoc was super important.
Luke
Ron
Longley's
Harper was good.
Was very important.
Steve Kerr was a nice person. Bill Paxton, kind of a nice complimentary piece. I don't know. I don't know where we're going with that. The eras of like Kanye West now is a fucking brash asshole. I always say, if John Lennon had a Twitter feed, he'd have been a pretty big asshole too. He'd have probably been pretty arrogant.
Different
time. Came
off
off as arrogant.
Sure.
He's a genius.
McCartney more than anything, I think.
You think?
Oh yeah.
Smug.
Yeah.
He would have been smug.
Yes.
Lennon was a bit arrogant.
The comedy team of smug and arrogant.
Smarrogant. It's like Bill Belichick.
Yeah, if any of those guys. The Twitter, it's a different era. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Absolutely.
Paparazzi.
Can you imagine?
Your shit?
Can you imagine? I've always thought
somebody
about that.
coming up in your shit like, what?
Get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah.
In front of my family and shit.
I'm having, just a fucking conversation with somebody that I care about. And you're up in my
people,
shit?
You're chasing me home? Unbelievable.
I'm getting toilet paper
That's
right
it.
now. Get out of my face.
And a blunt wrap.
Yeah, and a blunt wrap.
What's wrong with getting a great blunt wrap?
You couldn't
I have
just
a white
go to the
owl
gas
here. What are
station.
they, white owls?
Fucking dude, I used to do...
Don't act like you haven't recently
a white owl?
bought a blunt wrap.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm a cigarillo guy.
Oh,
I haven't done a white owl since
been a while.
fucking high school.
For a white owl? Blunting your way through college? When's the last time you had a Philly?
A Philly? Me?
Yeah.
I mean, probably a couple. Like,
you remember your
within
boy
the
who used
first,
to be like, "I'm about to
last
roll this
month
thing
or
up.
so?
This is about to get it going," and then he's struggling big time with it, and he's getting all sorts of surgery pieces, and you're like, "Can you let someone do that?"
dude, he's
like,
in-
it's okay that you can't do it, but I know this guy can do it. Why
Dude,
don't you
he's
let
just-
him do
Or
it?
he's just moisturizing the
Yeah,
fuck
dude,
out
you
of it.
just
You're like,
lick
dude,
that
what are
thing
you
all
licking?
the way up and down.
Give me
Give
that
it-
thing.
You know what? Break that thing open, and we're gonna re-roll it because you
Dude.
literally just gave it a blowjob.
There was always the one dude that you trusted with it. But then, when
Yeah,
he wasn't
normally,
around,
and then this guy's talking. Normally, the guy who's doing the surgery rap is like, dog, I roll a better one than him. And like, no, you don't.
you don't.
Tried both.
You only get this opportunity because he's not here, and you're gonna fuck it up.
Yeah, it takes 20 more minutes. It's bad. I was
Dude.
never good at it, so I just let the professionals do it. I was just there to make jokes.
I was not bad.
You weren't
I
bad?
had a certain skill set.
Were you taken? Were they taken with it?
Yeah. I remember our buddy back in high school, Charles Forte, used to. He might as well drop this thing in water. It was wet, dude.
And that
you
guy
just-
lighting it
And
underneath.
he
you're
was
like, dude.
He was a larger guy. He was a running back for the football team, and you didn't really want to say anything to him.
But
And
at the same time, you're looking around at your boys like, are you serious?
yeah,
This guy licking this thing again?
dude. Meanwhile, he's freestyling the whole time about like just the underground dungeons and shit. And you're like, what are you talking about, dude?
Underground dungeons.
We are in the nice part of Cincinnati,
Yeah.
dude.
Look at that house.
Yeah, we're out here.
Nice area, dude. We're on a patio in a backyard. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
The autumn leaves are all over us,
Yeah.
and it's just beautiful. I don't know
Autumn's closing in.
Autumn's closing in. It really is. What was the other thing that happened this week? Well, speaking of autumn closing in, the Bengals season has not begun, but Jesus Christ, was that a tough
Tough one.
preseason game?
Tough Monday Night Football
I
game.
usually don't get caught up on a preseason game.
I
but
don't. I'm not really caught up in it. I mean,
I'll be fine once the season starts. Is when it matters. But
no, if they stink it up again,
we're on national TV. I'm gonna watch our team on national TV.
certainly.
And they just fucking look like children.
AJ dropping that thing, and then Andy's throwing in the triple coverage. It was a tough look. They just look lethargic.
They gave the coaches a reason to coach.
Oh, certainly. There's going to be some yelling on the field this week, for sure.
And then the only thing that happened was A.J. McCarron drove down for a touchdown.
Fourth quarter.
Everybody thinks he should be the starter now.
Good Lord.
And then the Reds lost 8 in a row. But it's a good sports week for Cincinnati sports.
Tough week. tough week.
But football season is upon us. How many fantasy football leagues are you in?
I'm just in one.
You're in one. That's good.
I'm not. I don't like to get too crazy. I did 2 one time and I hated it.
Well, you're also really bad at it.
I'm not really bad at it, but
You ever won a league?
I get flustered.
You ever won a league?
I've not. I've been close.
You
Couple
got
years
second?
back.
Third?
I got third.
Third is close to you?
Yeah. How many have you won?
I've won, I think, 3 now.
Now, what I've heard from some of your boys is that
I bring heat.
that you're a little bit of you're a jibber jabber. You like to come at the commish a little bit. If a thing's going not your way, you like to send an email or two.
Who told you this?
I got my sources.
Dude, I got into a heated conversation last year.
Oh no, I'm sure I heard all about it, but
Yeah, dude. Last year, I was in a league where the commissioner was out of it, and he traded Peyton Manning and somebody else. It was like the most lopsided trade I've ever seen to a guy that was in first place and his best man at his wedding.
you saw the writing on the wall.
And I'm like, this isn't happening. Dude, this is not occurring.
Did you win that league?
I ended up losing to the guy that did the trade.
Second place.
Yeah, and dude, I was not having that. There's
sure.
money. It's a money league.
A lot of emails.
I felt like Walter Sobchak, dude. A lot of text messages. I was like, dude, this is a money league, dude. It's a league game, Smokey.
your foot's over the line, dude. Market 0.
Dude, no, it was the most bogus shit I've ever seen. I was the only one that said anything. 10 guys,
That's what I
we
heard,
all
yeah.
threw $50 in. I was not having that.
Heard all about it, man.
Who told you this? Cody
Yeah,
Sheets?
got it all, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, have you ever been jobbed for money, dude? Do you play money leags?
You're the one who told me.
Yeah, I told you this. Yeah, it was fucking bogus.
It's awesome. Who told you this? Huh? Who the hell was it? Tell me. Give me his name.
Who told you this information? Who's talking shit about me?
You're talking shit about yourself. That's the
Dude.
best.
Fuck that. I hate. Yeah, that's so. I'm not doing that league anymore.
At that point, I'm normally out of it anyway. So yeah,
I was very much in it, and I was super.
I've had some really. I've had some good teams. Had some bad. I've had a lot of injury situations go on, and yeah, and then I don't know.
You've had
I'm
a
just
lot
not
of
that great
injury
at it.
situations going on.
Yeah, I've had.
Nobody else has occurred. This has occurred to anybody else. You don't think?
What injuries?
Got to hit that waiver wire, kid.
I know, and then it just hasn't happened for me.
Waiver wire warrior. Yeah, I've played actually. I'm pretty experienced. I've been in one league since freshman year in high school.
And you're in like 3-4 leagues a year, right?
I'm in 3 this year.
But you've been up to 4, right?
I've been in 5, John.
That's ridiculous.
It was
to me.
uncomfortable. It was too many.
That sounds horrible. That's 5. That's 4 too many.
Yeah, but if you get first or second, you're usually getting your money back. Last year I did good with the between pick'em leagues and fantasy leagues. I won one fantasy league as a champion. I was second in another league, and then I also won about $1,600 in a pick'em league.
I remember that. That was good. You are good with the pick'ems.
Yeah, so I'm not too
bullet
bad.
for you. You're pretty good at it.
You know, but either way, I'm in about 3 this year. Got a couple of drafts coming up, high intensity. I'm the new guy at work still. I'm in one league at work. I think that's a good way to kind of network, rub some elbows with the right guys.
Yeah, when really by rubbing elbows you mean talking passive-aggressive shit at him in the hallway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It'll be
that's
good.
my favorite stuff.
Yeah.
Playing this week, huh?
Yeah.
Better focus up.
Yeah. So you picked up Eric Decker, huh?
And then you don't really just say anything. You just, all right, man. See you out there.
Big Eric Decker pickup this week.
ED.
It's going to be good. So,
And then I normally, here's what I do. I talk shit and then I lose. So then it's like a close game.
Right.
And then I just come in real quiet to work.
Yeah, you'll be the guy. You've told me before. You'll wake up and be like, "Oh, dude, I got 3 guys on the bench."
It has happened before.
And
Not
it's
every
just
week,
like,
but it's happened.
It's just like, what are you doing? But it is tough. It's a lot to keep up with. You got to remember, you can't get too hammered on a Saturday night because you got to wake up before tip off on Sunday to get some guys in that really
That's
matter.
normally what I'm doing. And I'm working Saturday night. I just forget about it. I got shit going on.
Sounds like a lot of excuses.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's going to be starting up. Should be nice. Other than that, the as far as activities in our life the past week, what did you did some interesting shit this past weekend?
I did.
You went to the city of Las Vegas, Nevada.
Sin City. Las
And,
Vegas, where the long legs is.
We go as a brotherhood. We've been taping this podcast for a little over a year now, and we've probably been to Las Vegas about 8 times.
Yeah, between the two of us.
So I'm sure people are tired of hearing these stories. But yours, I feel like this is a unique trip
This is
to
a
Las
unique
Vegas.
trip. I've never had this Las Vegas experience.
You gotta break that down for me, will you?
Yeah, man. I went to Las Vegas, Nevada. That's spelled Vagues. Vegas.
Mm-hmm. Vague.
Vague. Very
I
vague.
get it. I like it.
But with Carolina for her birthday was the Monday before last week. So for this past weekend, her parents were like, "We got this room. We're going to get a room in Vegas. You guys just get up there, and we'll have a great time all weekend." So it's me and Carolina and her parents. And
Initially, wasn't it just you and her? And then they were like, "Ooh, Tiesto's playing."
No. It was going to be us. It was in the work. We were thinking about it. It was being thrown around, and then her dad called me like, "Let's go." So boom. So they get the tickets, and then the next day I found out Carolina's like, "Yeah, we're going to go see DJ Tiesto that night at Club Hakkasan." I'm like, "Excuse me, baking soda? What's up? What are we doing?" And so we're going to see. Either way, we get there.
Dude,
I'm thinking the room.
That's an intense thing for me to
I was
bring
stressed
up
out.
to you.
I
Be
was
like,
stressed
dude,
out
are you
thinking
trying to
about it.
see DJ Tiesto at Club Hakkasan?
I was stressed out
That
thinking
as a
about it.
28-year-old talking to a 30-year-old is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And be like, are you down? I know it's a whole thing. This is, how old is he? About 50?
He's 50. Her
This is a
dad is.
50-year-old man
And
who is
she's
the
52,
father
two
of
50-year-old
the
parents.
woman that you love, not asking you, telling you,
He
We
doesn't ask a lot. He kind
we
of
got tickets to Tiesto.
yeah. So where are we
Club
sitting?
hockey, dude. That environment that comes to my mind is too much for me.
Man, it was. I was stressed out from the beginning, and it's her birthday. I want her, and she wants to go too, and so I want to be a team player. Let's get out there. I'm gonna have a good time. I'm gonna
Sure you are.
put a good face on this. But then, The funniest part for me was that when we got there, I thought we had a room, but I thought there would be some sort of separation.
Oh, that is a hilarious assumption.
No separation. It is a two. I mean, we had 2 queen beds, but I'm sleeping in the bed right next to her parents
With their daughter. Their
With
only
their daughter. Certainly, yes,
Only child.
only child. And
You are. Now, are you wearing. You
I
often wearing your
fully,
undies.
I was fully.
Did you bring your
dressed.
jammies?
Yeah, I slept
you
in jeans
sleep
and
in
a
your
jacket.
Did you?
No, I did not.
Did you sleep in your undies?
I did sleep in my undies. I had undies on
hey,
and an undershirt.
Comfortable.
I'm going to be comfortable.
I
I mean,
agree.
you want to kick me out of the bed? Kick me out of the bed. But I'm going to be comfortable.
That I will be in my underwear over here.
But yeah. So we go to Tiesto.
Shirt, no shirt?
I had a shirt on. I kept the shirt on. Slept as far away from her as possible.
Did you put a divider between
Oh,
the two of you?
certainly, yeah. I was like, don't come close to
Don't
me.
touch
Get
me.
away from me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good night. Yeah, good night. Whatever.
No cuddling.
Get away.
What if Art made you sleep with him? That would have been a move.
Okay, John, okay.
Yeah.
Time to bed.
Oh, man.
Go ahead, hop in with me.
Which Die Hard villain does it? It's the Die Hard 2 guy, right?
Yeah, it looks like a guy from Die Hard 2.
That's good. So
He's a
you
scary
are almost naked in a bed next to his only daughter,
Right.
about 10 feet away from Papa.
Yeah, and I can feel his eyes on me. No, I'm kidding. Honestly, they were cool about the whole thing. They were really cool about the whole thing. It was a little uncomfortable. If anything, it
Other
was
than the night I woke up at 4 a.m. and he's smoking a heater across the room, just staring at me,
Hello, John.
sitting there. All I could see was darkness and the red cherry of a heater.
God, that'd be scary. But so we went to DJ Tiesto that Friday night, the first night we got in.
Oh, that was night 1.
Oh, dude, it was.
Well, first of all, you saw. We want to give a shout out to
Oh,
the
yeah.
airport. Yeah.
Who am I kidding?
Yeah. It was on Snapchat if you follow John.
So we fly in, and me and Caroline are waiting for the tram that takes you from one terminal to the next. And I remember I was looking at my Snapchat, seeing who looked at it, and I just saw Corey Middleton's name. He was the last person to look at it. And then I'm standing there. Actually, I never would have thought about it unless I'd seen it, but whatever. I looked to the left, and I mean, it's Corey. It's Corey, and he's not paying attention. He's like looking at his phone and looking at something. And I'm like, Corey? And he's like, are you serious? It was crazy. He was like, I was just thinking about you. He was like, I was just thinking.
And this is your friend.
A very good friend of mine, Corey Middleton, lives in Chicago now, went to high school with him, grew up with him. I've known the kid since, honestly, Carolina's like, how do you know him? I'm like, I've known that guy
You've
from
known
my,
him since like
my
second grade,
whole
haven't you?
life. I've known
Mrs.
that guy.
Fruit,
Yeah.
right?
Second grade. God, that's crazy. But no, not second grade.
Mrs. Patterson?
I think we're third grade. Project Explorer. I've known
Either
Corey
way,
a
like-
very, very long time.
Yeah.
And
Since you've known him
For 20
since-
years.
Since the Reds were in the NL West.
oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
20 years.
Which is I just want to reiterate, that's 94. That changed. We were in the NL West for a long time. Dodgers were a big rival.
Still are.
Yeah.
But yeah, known him for 20 years. And it's just crazy. He was there for a bachelor party, Michael Cohen's bachelor party, who I know Michael as well. He went to school with us for a while, and then he moved to New Mexico, and then came back, and now that he's in Chicago, reunited with the whole crew. Mm-hmm. And
Cohen's a U of A grad, which is my only
he is.
his major downfall.
It's not, either way, it was crazy to see him. And Corey's super Corey. He goes, where you staying? And I'm like, New York, New York. He's like, me too. And I'm like, you serious? He's like, no, I'm just fucking with you. It was just very, very Corey of him to do that to me. But
But he is experiencing the funny thing, because I remember you had I saw it on Snapchat because you guys took a picture and then you posted it, and I was very amused at the thought that he was there for. Your weekends couldn't have been more opposite.
oh, polar opposites.
You were
Kidding
there
me? Bachelor party?
in
I'm
a
hanging
committed
out.
relationship, trying to reiterate the importance of your love to Carolina
Her
in
birthday
front of her
weekend.
parents.
Absolutely.
You're on display all weekend.
Definitely.
Spotlights sizzling. You know, people are looking.
Yeah,
You,
that's
you're
where I thrive, bud. You
high
know that
pressure.
about me.
Oh, I know that about you. Whereas he is making a lot of moves in the dark.
He is relaxed.
People are not judging him. If anything, he needs to act out on this weekend.
He's like, I haven't been to Vegas. He hadn't been to Vegas since he was like 21 or something like that. But it was so strange seeing him. The fact that we're just standing, I don't know. It's such a small world feeling, and every time it happens, it is really crazy. That you're like, crazy. Are you kidding me? I just ran into you here.
Yeah.
But he actually got to see like me meeting the parents. It was not meeting the parents, but seeing the parents. It was funny. He's like, "Yeah, how you doing, bud?" But he's married, man. He gets it. He knows what's going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was great to see him. And then we go to we get to the hotel. Hotel's nice. Did you like New York? New York? You stayed there?
I stayed there. I have not stayed there since my youth, actually, with you when we were younger. And we
I
stayed
got food poisoning.
Yeah, you did.
I went into that same restaurant, looked at and I was like, right there. Caroline doesn't care, but I was like, I'm telling you, it's one of the worst memories of my life.
I remember that sour cream.
Suspect.
Little running.
Sour cream, dude.
Suspect sour cream.
But hey, I was a big Potato Skins fan back then.
Well,
Still
what are you
am.
going to not get sour cream on that bad boy?
Potato
Get out of
Skins?
town. You could have, in hindsight, we should have gotten fresher SC.
Yeah. But
that was hitting sitting under a burner for like 10 minutes, I bet, that sour
that was
cream.
a tough ride home.
Johnny,
It's coming out of both ends.
it was coming out of both ends, I guess. I didn't know how to preface that. But.
Long trip home from Las Vegas. But so we get in there.
I'll never forget that.
Get in the room, and then we ate dinner at Wolfgang Puck, which was
Which one?
the one in MGM.
The one at Caesars?
MGM. It was good for
He's
me.
got like 8
I
restaurants.
know.
In
I had a
Vegas,
good
by the way.
experience. They did not. Carolina's food was good. The parents, it was the pasta was undercooked.
Oh, really?
It was pretty shitty.
Damn.
So anytime you have
That's
dinner,
fucked up because Vegas meals are usually that shit.
and it was a really bad experience actually. So the server was really just nonchalant and kind of like, I don't really give a shit.
Damn.
It was really kind of a shitty situation. So we're kind of not pissed off. And
You
what are you
gotta
going to do?
yelp
Let it ruin
about
it?
it, John. You gotta yelp.
Yeah, but so we go to Tiesto, and we got there early because we're with Carolyn and her parents. And when you walk in, man, it was pretty cool. The club was cool as shit. They have a huge dance floor in front of the DJ booth, and then these VIP sections.
Now, what's early? Early is like
10:30. I think we got there at 11 or something like that.
Oh, dude, he's not getting.
Tiesto didn't come on until close to 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's Vegas.
man.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And it was funny watching it when we first got there. It was already busy. I'm like, this is pretty busy. But oh my god, by the time it came on, I mean, it was literally people hanging on to people. It was just packed in there. And that's not really my scene, but I did have a good time for a while. It just gets intense. There's so many people.
Well, if you're not hammered drunk and on some other stuff,
Yeah.
it's not where
Not
you
for
want
you.
to be. Yeah.
At all. And they were stone cold sober. Her parents? You kidding me right now?
Yeah. That is interesting.
But that was definitely interesting. And then we went and gambled. Honestly, I did horrible gambling this weekend. I didn't win a thing.
Yeah.
I did okay on roulette, but sports betting, I remember on Friday night I got in and we were in the sports book and we're looking at this Dodgers-Astros game and I'm like, the Dodgers are winning. I'm like, I'm feeling this. They're not losing tonight. I'm looking at me and this guy talking over him like, they ain't losing. No way. He's like, yeah, you're right.
Who was on the bump?
What's his
Kershaw
name?
or Greinke?
I think Kershaw was on the bump.
If one of them were on the bump, I would say yeah.
They get no hit by Justin Fears or
Oh man.
Dave Fears. I don't know his name.
Oh yeah. Mike.
They were
Fears.
no hit.
Yeah.
Not only did they lose, but they didn't get a hit.
Mm,
You just never know sometimes. But
the exact opposite of a W. He's a no.
No,
He's
it's
getting
no
no hit.
But and then Saturday we did all the. They've been going for years. I didn't know that her dad used to work there, like all the time. So she's been to Vegas like 70 times. Carolina has.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like it's like their vacation spot. It's
Oh,
only
really?
about 4 hours away from where
Oh,
she grew
man.
up. So they've been
So
going.
you're
there
invading
forever.
on their vacation time.
They know what they're doing in Vegas. Like he
Yeah.
knew all the spots to hit.
Now, how do you mean? What are some spots? You
He
got
just
some hole
went
in the
to,
walls.
We went to we rode the roller coaster at New York,
Sure.
and we did all the rides at Stratosphere, which were out of
course.
control. Those were scary.
That sounds scary.
We did the
The big jump, or
Ferris
whatever it is.
wheel. I think it's Big Shot. Woo! Big Shot was scary.
That's tough.
But yeah, you forget. I think it was scarier than it was when I was 13.
We did it
Like,
when
"You
we were, like, teenagers,
Serious
yeah."
right now? I don't like this at all.
Yeah.
But it was fun, man. Fun weekend, but it was good to come home.
Did he show you anything in Vegas where you're like, oh, this is some shit?
Not
I mean,
really.
any
He
little
doesn't.
restaurants?
We
This is
did
what I'm
go
always
to-
looking for. I want to know I like where the locals hang out.
Well, he doesn't drink anymore, so I think I think years before, there's a couple glimmers in his eye. He said, like, I've been here long time ago.
Time is a flat circle.
Exactly. But we went to where did we go to eat? Oh, we went to the buffet at the Bellagio.
Oh,
If
shit.
you've never done a buffet in Las Vegas,
I
this
feel
one
like I
was-
might have gone to the Bellagio one
Oh,
before.
Man,
It's crazy.
intense.
Do they have? Is that the one where they have like sectioned off parts of the world and stuff? What's the
I
what?
don't know about that, but
What popped at you? What'd you like the most about it?
the meat options.
Oh
I
yeah,
would say. You kidding me? And the fresh crab legs.
oh yeah, that's important.
Yeah, tons of crab legs. I had prime rib beef Wellington. I had about 5 mini cheesecakes, Mike.
Did you?
I did.
I like if I get some mini cheesecakes. That's dangerous.
It was going.
because those are
At one point, you're
because you
getting
feel
that look
comfortable
over.
getting 3, and you think 5 is pressing it.
but really,
you're gonna do it.
You've
But
eaten
you're like,
about
"Ah,
2
pressing
whole
it on."
cheesecakes.
Yeah,
at that
I'm in
point.
Vegas. as you have the 5th in your mouth when you're saying "when in Rome" to somebody.
Oh God! And your girlfriend's looking at you like, "You really gonna have that fifth mini cheesecake?" I am. You're looking at it actually.
Meanwhile, you have to share a room with 3 other people that you've never shared a room with before.
Man.
How'd that follow up? Did you do anything? Because I've lived with you, and I know how you are to be around. How was that intimate room?
It went well.
Did you do anything? Did you cross any boundaries?
No, I think I let out a small fart. The next morning, just doing one of those. Just open my eyes, not really knowing where I am. This is the first thing that's
Ripping
coming.
it?
Boom.
You ever
And,
think it was the last part of a fart that woke you up? Could have been a bigger fart.
No, I don't think it was. I certainly hope it wasn't.
You ever,
What they did-
you ever woken up from your own fart? God knows I have.
It's been years, but it has happened.
Isn't that like, that's a fart?
That's a frustrating
That
moment.
is a
Yeah, you're like,
fart.
"Wow."
or like sleeping with some girl and they wake you up because you just ripped some shit. You're like, you gotta get out of here. What are you doing? What? And you're just like, what happened? What happened? You just farted.
You've ruined
so
the night.
violently.
Yeah.
You've ruined my sheets. Did I shit on myself? No, but the smell is yet to dissipate.
That didn't happen.
Did you fart a little bit though?
A little bit.
Did Art dap you up? Was there eye contact?
No eye contact, no daps.
No daps, huh?
No daps on
That's
that one.
tough.
But Carolina did give me that oboe, the quick. Are you kidding me right now, oboe?
Mm-hmm.
Besides that, Vegas was great. It's fun, man. That's a fun city. Drinking or not drinking.
I like Las Vegas, Nevada. We've talked about that many times on
A
this.
lot going on.
I think it's a great town. I think we've mentioned it before that we love because I love that there can be so many different weekends that you can have in Vegas. My weekend a couple weeks ago was
Totally
drastically
different,
different than what occurred with you. I did, however, see Skrillex. So a lot of people say he's the new age Tiesto.
And
So
Tiesto
not
was
that different.
there. I mean, I was annoyed for some parts of the night with that, but he did put on a good show.
That's interesting that me and you are probably the last people I would think would ever see these types of shows. In the last 3 weeks, we've both seen DJ Skrillex and DJ Tiesto. Or is he named DJ Skrillex? Is that what his name is?
Who knows?
Or just Skrillex?
Only God knows.
Did you at any point, were you like, oh, this is dope?
Yeah, there was a moment where it was cool. There was definitely some cool parts.
I mean, they're playing the hits.
And he got to go, dude. I mean, there's a reason he's been doing it as long as he has.
It's just weird. Sometimes, though, won't they play some shit where you're like, oh, dude, they should just play this straight up song.
Yeah, and then the bum, 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 bum.
Dude, yeah, you're just
Like,
like, oh my God, it'll be like...
And then there
It'll
was
be
a guy
like
in front of
Jackson
me.
5, like ABC.
Yeah, you're like, let's
just
go.
like, oh. Dun-dun, 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 dun-dun. Yeah, and then like, wah, 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 wah.
Yeah, it's tough.
Dude, fuck that. Oh, that is tough.
But and then there was a guy right in front of me, obviously on Molly or some sort of drug, and just flipping his hair around. His hair was hitting me. That's like, I mean, it's like I'm 30 years old.
You want to shake them.
I won't fucking kill you.
You
Please
had the
stop
freak
doing
out.
this. Yeah.
Did anybody, because they're kind of, obviously they're older, their parents. Did they have any like freak out moments? Where they were like,
at one point, this guy kept stepping on his foot, and I couldn't hear what he said, but he grabbed him by his wrist, said a couple words to him, and this guy just kind of disappeared back into the crowd.
oh yeah?
Oh, sure.
That's exciting.
Art's I mean, especially when you hear that
Oh,
accent
fucking-
in it,
yeah.
you're like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not messing with this guy.
Well, he looks like He looks like something out of like Eastern Promises with Viggo Mortensen.
Sure, he's in shape.
He
is.
Did you go to a pool with him?
I did.
How'd you look?
I looked great, but he looked a lot better.
The 50-year-old
20
man.
years older than me. He's got a 6-pack. He's in great shape.
He's got a 6-pack Shakur, dude. Oh my Lord, that is amazing, dude. Was he tanner than you?
Is anybody tanner than me? No one's tanner than me.
There's a lot of people that are tanner.
No, he's not tanner than me, but we're about the same tan level. Didn't have the 6-pack though.
You telling me is he like just cut?
Ripped.
Oh my God!
Absolutely. Totally ripped.
Oh man! And you just look like a dude that. I mean, you don't look bad. I'm not trying to say that, but it's just funny. We're not toned. I don't think we're the.
I don't have a 6-pack. I'll say that.
Yeah. Right. Oh, that's
dad bod, and he's the dad.
Yeah, right. You're the one with
I've
dad
got
bod.
the dad bod.
Oh man, that is so funny, dude. I would have loved to seen a picture of you two without your shirts.
Hey,
as,
guys.
as lame as as weird as that sounds.
There's a picture.
As weird as that sounds, I would give anything for a picture of you two without your shirts on. Oh man. But yeah, other than that, shit. What's
How
coming
was your
up?
weekend?
My weekend was, dude, laid back, chilling in the cut, dude. I had did some comedy, completely fucked up. I hosted a show on Saturday night, and extremely confidently announced the next comic to the stage, Andy Esquieta.
Wrong name.
I gave him his credits and everything, dude. His name was Rick, and it was a tough look. And so then, but a lot. That happens. I haven't done that in a couple months. You're gonna fuck somebody's name up. I've fucked up people's names before.
It's
whatever.
happen, yeah.
It'll happen. That was tough though, because Andy and Rick are not. That's nothing near each other.
We confidently said Andy.
Well, I said it very confidently, and I shook his hand real firmly when he got up there.
There you
like,
go,
hey
buddy.
man, kill it, dude. I'll let you 12.
Good luck, Andy.
Yeah, and so he gets up. Funny guy, actually. Andy Esquieta. He's on. You can follow him on Facebook and Twitter. He was with this other headliner, Willie Barcena. We had talked before him getting up that he was going to do 20. He'd been doing 20 all weekend. It was Saturday, so I figured I'd just ask, what have you been doing? Been doing 20. I'll light you at 17, give you a 3-minute light, we'll get going. I'm the host. I usually like to control some of that stuff. The owner of the club did not hint me into the fact that he told him after this that he's doing 10 or 12.
Ooh.
I am out on the patio, chilling. I'm talking passionately.
Benson and Hedges.
I'm talking passionately about the depth in the Bengals offensive line. And I could not be more removed from potentially lighting somebody that's about to get off stage. And, he ended up getting the light, getting off stage at 12 minutes.
Oh.
I was out on the patio because I didn't even lit him yet. And the headliner needed to get up there. And that's literally all the host needs to do is get up there, announce the headliner, get the fuck off.
Didn't do any of that.
Was not in there. One of the servers got up there and announced him.
Oh,
it was an L for MJT, dude.
I bet.
We'll bounce back from it. I actually had good conversations with both the headliner and Andy, as he is named.
Right.
That's what I'm sorry, Rick. I keep fucking saying his name wrong.
Pretty bad.
Is Rick Esquieta.
You having a good time here?
Jesus, Rick. Rick and Willie, and
Slick Willie.
they were actually very cool about it. Because
to your face, I'm sure they were.
Well, you know what? Honestly, if they're talking shit behind my back,
There we go,
fuck
there we
them.
go, no.
Well, no, I mean, comics. I'm telling you, they will tell you to your face for the most part. A comic is not somebody that, a comic will always talk shit behind your back, I guess.
Certainly.
But these guys were pretty upfront. I went chill with them after the show with the Rick guy at least, and he was cool. But Willie, I know, had talked shit to another guy from the night before that was fucking with some shit. So I would hope that he would have told me to my face if he was super pissed. But you know what? You live and you learn. I'm going to bounce back from that a stronger person.
Exactly.
Something like that.
Rise
My jokes
above.
were hilarious.
Rise above.
Rise above, dude. I got them going on the zizzle zazzles. Other than that, dude, I laid back. I chilled real hard.
That's good. Sometimes you need that.
Yeah.
You really do. I
Yeah.
had Monday off, and man, it was nice to just do not a damn thing.
Mm-hmm. I thrive in that environment. what else did I do? I watched. What have I been watching? I watched The Foot Fist Way actually this week. I'd never seen that. Funny shit, dude. Yeah, it was Danny McBride. Shit was hilarious. Okay. And I also watched a documentary. We love documentaries.
Big fans.
I watched a great documentary on Netflix I had never seen called 180 Degrees South.
Oh, yeah.
And you checked it out, too, this week.
Because I forced Monday night,
yeah, because I filled you in on how great it is. Fantastic.
Interesting story. It's a guy who decides he wants to see the world, and he finds out about these two guys, the owner of North Face and the owner of Patagonia, the clothing companies.
Right.
And in the 60s, they were just like surf bums who like to go around.
Call themselves dirtbags.
Yeah, a couple times. They're like, let's go hire a couple dirtbags.
I like that.
That was great.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Keeping it real.
Yeah, I call a bunch of my friends dirtbags.
Yeah.
Scumbags. Yeah. Pieces of shit.
But they were beach bums, and they would like if they liked hiking and climbing, and if they needed a piece, they'd go into these metal shops. That's what I thought was really cool about it, that they would they just go make the piece, fix it for whatever they needed, and then it turns out those skills turn out to be really good for their later in life.
Right. Yeah, they turned into the guys that pretty
founded
much
North Face and Patagonia,
which were the foundation of climbing equipment and obviously fresh ass fleeces. Dude.
Yes, yeah. Back in 8th grade, did you kidding me? Dude. If you had a North Face fleece, chicks were into you.
North Face backpack would go a long way in starting a conversation.
Oh yeah, North Face backpacks. Mm-hmm. NFP, dude. NFB.
To this day, yeah, those are some nice. You don't want to be caught without a North Face jacket. I know we've got one in this
house.
Remember
when the North Face bubble vests were popping off?
Sure. When did they stop
bubble jackets? I'm pretty sure they stopped.
The bubble vests?
Bubble vest. You would wear one right now?
Right. Yeah, probably. If
it was 107 degrees.
It was August in Phoenix.
Wearing a bubble vest today.
Yeah. Letting it breathe a little bit.
Matt Bortz would wear one, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. You had some friends that would definitely rep a bubble vest.
The entire Bortz family would totally rep.
But yeah, the documentary was cool. So this guy was a very outdoorsy type, and he was inspired by this film that he found from the 60s from the founder of North Face and Patagonia, where they went down to Chile and climbed, I believe, the highest peak down there, or at least the most difficult peak down there to climb.
He's the only one to ever climb it, right?
And the one guy, the Patagonia guy, is the only man to ever peak.
Summit.
What is it called? Summit, yeah. And so this guy was like, let's do it. And he documented it, obviously, turned it into what the movie is. It's fantastic.
And it's a lot about going back to talk to them. I loved interviews with them, with the two. And it turns out they were buddies. I never knew any of that about them.
Those guys were best friends.
That they were friends. I had no clue about that stuff.
I didn't know anything about it.
It was really cool. And
then, that's what I always say that the best thing about documentaries is either bringing you into a world that you only scratch the surface on, or just showing me an interesting story that I had no fucking idea about. Those are usually the best documentaries. This one, I really didn't have any idea about either of these guys. Honestly, I always thought the dudes that own North Face and Patagonia were some rich schmucks.
Yeah. And dude, they are enlightened.
These dudes were chilling. Yeah. Dude. These guys were just like accidentally wealthy. And
they had to have some business savvy.
I'm sure they had some years where they really worked on the business aspect of it, but like they're in their 60s now, and they're laid back and kicking.
I think it'd be older than that, or at least in their 70s.
No, they said they were in there because he was in his late 60s because he tried.
Oh, that's right. He'll be 70. He said, "I'll be 70 next month."
Mm-hmm. And dude, some of the insights. I'll tell you what I was most impressed with from the film. That soundtrack. You kidding me? There were some hits, dude, and they would let these songs. They would let these songs play out, and it'd just be the one dude surfing, or there's all these nature captures. There's one month that he spent on Easter Island.
Oh, that was great.
And he's just surfing, and he's just checking out the fucking and they bring that chick along to the climb with them, and then she sings that song on the guitar at the end. Dude, it was the type of documentary where I literally wanted to call some of my buddies and be like, dude, we got to go camping like next week.
Chile. I know talk about Skyline.
I don't know if I can go down to Chile. I would love to. I don't know if I can do that soon, but it just does inspire you to get out there.
Oh, sure.
Do
Certainly.
some things.
Absolutely.
The way they talked about adventures. The way they talked about living. I mean, the guy that, the North Face guy, when he was there sucking the oyster juice and fucking,
yeah.
and he looked at him and he was like, oh man, he said some shit about
No,
life.
he said,
where you were like,
he said,
oh,
you know where I want to be? I want to be right here, right now. That's where I want to be.
dude. And
With you. Oh, it's great.
it was nuts, dude.
I love that stuff.
And it's such the right attitude on life. Because, to your point, when I get all caught up in these fucking conspiracies or like things that we can't control, that's what you categorize. And you have a good perspective on it because at the end of the day, these are things that we can't control. But, I mean, and that is the perspective that you have to have in order to be happy, because that's the end goal, is just to walk through your day, be happy, be
You don't
content
drive
with where
yourself
you're at.
crazy if you think
You
about
could
it.
drive yourself
Yeah.
crazy doing that type of shit. Now, at the end of the day, that shit is fucked up. That shit is fucked up, John.
No,
I'm
it
telling
is.
you.
Of course it
It's
is.
super fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's super fucked up shit that goes on in this society that we have, and the construct of the system in which we live is super fucked up.
And if you keep digging, you're going to end up in the Mojave Desert.
But it's exhausting, right? Yeah, you'll end up just fucking going crazy. You'll turn into rust coal.
Exactly.
And you'd be like, well, yeah, why you got
But you
that
do get to
cross
bang
on
Maggie.
your wall? You're not a religious man. Why? I do it as it's a form of meditation.
I like to.
I like to envision my own crucifixion. What?
Somebody give me Russ Cole. I love that guy.
But that's what I would turn. That's what I would turn into if I keep getting caught up in that. I do enjoy questioning things though, and I never think that that's wasted. But that dude in the North Face thing—that's life.
Oh yeah.
69 years old, and he attempts to summit that fucking thing again. Spoiler alert, doesn't give away much.
And then
of
he
the
looks at him
fucking
like,
thing,
I'm happy. I'll turn around now.
but he's happy, yeah.
God, he's good.
No,
a great doc.
you could also
That was
argue
really, really
that
good.
that dude's got so much cheddar that it's easy to be happy.
Yeah. At one point, he offered a helicopter.
I know, he did. Yeah, that's right.
Nonchalantly said, well, we could chop it over there.
But that'd be cheating, he said. And then he turned away. Yeah, 180 degrees south.
Great doc.
And dude, how good was that perspective? The documentary is called that because you could walk to the edge of a cliff and you could walk one more step and walk off that cliff.
Yeah.
But that would be a step forward. You'd be walking forward off the cliff. Or you can turn around 180 degrees south and walk forward as well.
Yeah.
And it's a different path. But both are steps forward.
Forward.
It's
Beautiful.
fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It can make you cry if you're in the right zone.
I'm glad you watched it as well.
Yeah. Bengals 2005. I'm still not backing down on crying before that game.
You did.
I listened to that podcast. You ripped me up.
I just didn't know that you ever cried that day. I cried.
I cried a lot that day.
First of all,
actually.
I'll admit to cry. I'll never forget. I cried when Cincinnati lost.
Kmart.
That year. It wasn't the day that he broke his leg.
I cried
but
that
it was
day.
the day that we lost to Tulsa
Ugh.
as a number 2 seed to 7
I don't
seed
want
Tulsa.
to. I don't want to.
I cried that
I don't
day.
want to end on that.
Yeah. You know what? We'll end on Frankie Valley or something like
There you go. How about Ragdoll?
that. About Ragdoll. There you go. You know, that might be it. Do you want to end on a positive note? What's going on? You know.
Oh no, I'm feeling great. Let's get this. These Reds are about to win 35 in a row. Get it
35
going.
in a row. Bengals are going 2-0 the rest of the way out of the preseason.
I don't care about preseason. I just want them to beat the Raiders in 2 weeks. in 3
Arizona
weeks.
State plays.
I'm in Dallas next week. Me and Mark Riashi are going to solve this JFK thing.
No, 2 weeks.
No, next weekend.
That can't be.
Yeah.
This weekend. Not this weekend.
Next
No,
weekend.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, you should.
Yeah. That's the plan. I mean, the girls don't know this yet, but
Oh, my God.
me and Riashi are just there to solve this JFK thing.
That's fantastic. Well, you know what it is? It's important.
It is. Someone's got to figure it out, and who better than us? We're going to have a couple beers and get this thing going.
Well, I mean, we were watching a documentary on Netflix. He tried to figure it out. Are we doing? Oh my God! I think I was just playing.
I'm pretty sure
some
you were.
shit. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure you were.
He definitely was just playing "Dawn Go Away" for you guys. I apologize, but also I don't apologize.
Yeah.
You're welcome. We're going to close this out with. Are we going with Ragdoll?
Ragdoll's a good one. And play whatever you want to play, bud.
Well, I don't know. I'm just trying to think. Candy Girl? That's not New Edition, though.
Ragdoll.
Sherry? Big Girls Don't Cry? We're going with Ragdoll. All right, everybody. Episode 63.
Much love and respect. Oh, what a night.
We will be back with more next week. Have a great and amazing week. God bless.
Hey, you'll listen to another show on the 4Odd Radio Network. For more shows, you can go and check out 4oddradio.com. Alizé.